Greetings and wholeness. We came to talk about bowel wisdom. And what is bowel wisdom? Naturally, it is what our grandmothers knew. When we were constipated as children, she knew to fill up that bag of water and clear our bowels. But that has been lost within the whole modern era of over-the-counter drugs, laxatives.
Yeah, there's like hygiene therapy, like just it's different nowadays, and this is getting more and more disconnected from, nature and natural, more actual productive ways of cleaning the body out.
So this had less consequences compared to
None at all. None at all.
Yes, it's just water, going into the system and, soaking in the walls compared to chemicals, because eventually that would taint our blood.
Yeah.
And not just clear the bowels.
It's a more of a chemical process for the over-the-counter drugs. First of all, it's drugs, but yeah, they'll call it
over-the-counter laxatives.
And it just kind of like weakens the organs and acidifies and stresses the organs and damages the organs in order to get measly bowel movements. That's not even fully sufficient at all, and it's creating more side effects and storing up more drugs in the body that later on will create consequences later in the body. And yeah, there's side effects on these quote unquote prescriptions. You'll see the side effects, and those side effects will later turn into detox symptoms later on or during anyone going through an aggressive cleanse of the body.
So nowadays, mothers neglect the bowels, and have lost the bowel knowledge, through the grandmothers. Some of us may not know past our grandmothers, to gain that knowledge. So yeah, bowel wisdom knowledge is lost through mothers nowadays, and our children suffer because of that. Through, you can see it in their social activities. You can just see it in school, how they behave, their behaviors, they're irritant, they're frustrated and won't listen to you or anything. They're hitting kids, biting kids, all of that. And these are all signs of just an irritated bowel.
Where body needs to just trying to figure out a way to just move around but the ways to get it out. So it might just do more.
So basically, these little children have become accustomed to being constipated, and now they're adults with colon cancer, colon diseases, prostate diseases, and we wonder why we have diseases so young now, even our bones, can't walk properly because our bones are weak, lack of sunshine, all of that. We would be outside playing. Now we're mostly inside. So,
oh my gosh.
Basically, it has been lost, and we're trying to, keep that fire, that baton, for our children and generations to come.
Especially in the Wild West, because, before there was more enema bags available in a natural hygiene
stores,
sections,
yes.
in the pharmacies, but they have now been not restocked or revamped at all. They're super old bags. You might find 1-2 of them rarely, and it's more medications, and they do not work. It's not medication at all. It's just
they may work the first time, but
pseudo wise, but the after effects though is not worth it at all.
Because when it is time to detox and your body is going through a natural detox, right? That's when we get sick and all of that. It gets really bad because we have been suppressing it this whole time, and things are being lifted up, when we are detoxing. So we may feel bad, resort to going back to our old habits because we didn't feel that way before.
Run to a doctor because you're confused, even though you studied all these health people, etc. And and that's thing too is also this is definitely an ancient tool. This is not a new thing at all. It's not a new, no. This is like from ancient times. You can see it in South Africa, for instance, in Africa, West Africa, etc.
And
to this day.
in India, through Ayurveda, they've been doing that for thousands of years.
Thousands. Chinese people too, or the Asians, the Asiatics, Mesoamerica as well. They even do it through ceremonial aspects for with entheogens, aka hallucinogens, or from mezcal or ayahuasca and all that. They'll use that as well. And so like the way of entering the body with liquids through that route, this is an ancient wisdom knowledge. This is not a new age fad thing, and that's why we got really put that out there for us within this language context of English, because maybe it's more known within like the Hindi language or that world, but this world though.
Hey, shout out to my my viewers, my audience.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So it's very important for us to know that this is a wisdom. This is not a trend. This is an ancient wisdom. Yes,
Western society will have you make it seem like this is like new age, trendy, and all of that. And this wasn't trendy. Like every household in their washroom had an enema bag. Like this was normal at some point.
So like eating us eating the incorrect foods, we have at least that piece to help us with the transition to a more healthier lifestyle, and for our intuition to catch up and talk to us to what to eat, while we also having to help with the the Enema bag, or the basti, you might call it in the Ayurveda, Sanskrit word, I believe, or the Enema. It's called. Couldn't even do it. Asian languages. You know how it is speaking just from this tongue, but different story though. The ebook Enema, I believe it's called in one way. Shout out to Wane as well for that knowledge as well. Again, ancient, not knowledge, ancient wisdom. Again.
And I do want to say that this is kind of like, this is not for everyone to receive right now. Because, some people...
Except you guys. You're chosen for this video. You guys are chosen.
Yes, because some people wouldn't even know if God was right in front of them, and they need to they would think it's the devil, when it's really God, because they are so in their minds about everything and very skeptical about, everything. And again, this is passed on knowledge through our grandmothers.
Ancient wisdom.
Yes, our first grandmothers, who encountered that state of disease, which is constipation.
And you'll find, hundreds of artifacts, even statues dedicated to the position of doing an enema, which you'll see in one of our ancient enemas, our ancient tool, YouTube short or Instagram short as well too on our page. Check it out. What we share whatever as well too and all jazz. And just showing us there'll be statues where they'll be laid on the side, put something in their bum, this is an ancient thing, and it shows a high reverence within that ancient wisdom culture as well of doing these ancient cleansing rituals. But it's a ritual ceremony. It's a cleansing ritual ceremony.
And this is actually how they would intake medicine, not just orally, but straight to the blood,
Exactly, because we know that part of energy center is a root, root chakra, some might call it. Or I might call it the Dantian. It's closer to the womb as well too. You're going to the center of the body. This is the center of all energy. Is the lower stomach is the center of the whole body. When you find the center of gravity, we're doing an enema, you're going straight to the center, to the source of the energy.
Right, and what better way to help and guide our children through adulthood by being centered. Instead of being uncentered, doubtful, not confident, and just not grounded within themselves, because there's so much that they haven't received because they haven't let go since early childhood.
And the enemas help you stay centered. It's what we're trying to reiterate right now.
Yes, eradicating stagnation within the blood, the energy body, the subtle body.